What are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be recovering from your injury?
Maybe I'm just plotting the best way to betray you again.
At this point, I can't tell if you're joking.
Ooh, ouch. That's a low blow.
Drop the phony indignation. Tell me, what are your true intentions?
We went over this already. I want to take care of my mother.
And I believed you at first. Now, not so much.
Why?
You haven't severed all ties with Exodus. And yet you've never attempted to assassinate me like the other Exodus agents.
Maybe the opportunity never presented itself. Maybe I'm plotting your hit right now. That's it? You're not even gonna get mad or anything?
Being murdered would be unfortunate. I wouldn't be able to protect this world anymore.
Unfortunate indeed. Then get out of my face and you won't have to worry about me killing you. You truly are Maxwell, through and through.
I never thought we'd end up back here again. It seems like forever ago that you were injured.
Have you figured out your mission? What you must do?
I just want to help you out.
I see.
But that's not all. I want to protect the spirits as well. You go to such lengths to protect humans, so it's only fair that I become strong enough to protect spirits too.
You will strive to be our protector. A bold statement. Maybe I've been wrong about humans after all. I never imagined one of you wanting to protect our kind, let alone making it his mission. I'm almost speechless. I've never felt this happy. Now I really must destroy the Lance of Kresnik, for all our sakes.
That reminds me. What are you planning on doing after you've destroyed the Lance?
Destroying the Lance and the Spyrex devices is merely one facet of my mission here. My whole reason for existing hasn't changed.
So you'll return to Nia Khera and live the way you did before?
Most likely.
But with Exodus around, won't your life still be in danger?
Also likely.
What you need is a bodyguard, someone to watch your back.
Are you offering to stay with me?
Is that possible?
If that's what you decide to do, then you should do it. I'll need to create some story to keep you by my side.
Really? Thank you.
It's the least I can do. You're the reason I'm standing here right now, preparing to fulfill my mission. I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Huh? Oh, no, you don't have to do that. We haven't even gotten to the real fight yet.
Good point.
Oh, just the pair I was looking for. Your wyverns have fully recovered.
Let's return to the plaza.
Okay. Where's Alvin?
He hasn't shown up yet. He's probably figuring out his next lie.
That's not true.
What does everyone else think of Alvin? Would you feel safe going into battle with him?
He's just trying to help out his mom, right? I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
I worry he himself will be unable to deal with that way of life much longer.
Don't forget, Alvin was the one who saved me from the bad guys.
What do you think?
We'll need to keep up our guard around him until he reveals his hand. He remains trustworthy in battle, at least.
No, it's not polite to talk about someone behind his back.
I don't care.
What can I say? You guys are my only allies.
That makes everyone. Let's be off.
Please wait.
Rowan, are you really gonna fight with your old buddy?
It is my fault that Noctigal became the man he is. I am prepared to fight him when the time comes.
You have our support.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
I've got your back, too.
Thank you, everyone.
Don't worry, I'll pick up your dentures if you drop them, Grandpa.
Please do.
What, no pithy retort?
I guess that means we're all ready.
Let's make our final preparations before setting off.
Flying was so much fun!
The wyverns weren't as scary as I thought they'd be.
I'm just glad they didn't eat you.
Too bad they didn't eat Alvin the traitor.
Oh, did I forget to mention wyverns only eat children? But they don't eat their flesh. They nibble away at their souls, so gently that the kids don't even notice. While you were enjoying soaring through the sky, most of your soul could have been chewed away.
That's a lie. That's total nonsense.
I was right to be afraid!
They make it too easy.
Thank you for everything.
Please return home safely. For my brother as well.
You have my word, young madam.
Then let's be off. I believe we just need to follow this road to reach Fenmont.
Yeah, let's go.
And the walking begins.
I'm sure you can see why it wouldn't be practical to ride the wyverns into Fenmont.
You'd get spotted right away!
Yes, there'd be no avoiding a battle, and civilians would get dragged into it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But is it really okay to leave the wyverns alone like that?
They shouldn't have anything to fear from the monsters.
Because the monsters are their friends?
Oh, no. The wyverns may look docile, but they can be quite tough when they need to be. Monsters aren't their friends. Monsters are their food.
Really? Oh, I was right to be afraid!
Oh dear, Jude, your clothes are torn. Please hold still for a moment. Be done in just a jiffy here.
Wow, as good as new. Thanks.
Nice job. Those are Jude's best clothes, you know. He spent days fretting over exactly what to get. He bought them for his move to Fenmont because he was terrified he'd look like a country bumpkin.
That's surprisingly adorable of you.
Go right ahead. Blab all my secrets.
That's a fine story. Please take good care of them.
How did you get to be so good at sewing anyway?
I learned it when I was in the military. Originally, it was just so I could sew up the lips of any of my men who leaked vital information. After that, I took up needlepoint as a hobby. Oh, that's such an embarrassing story, though. Let's keep that a secret between us.
Guess that's one secret she won't spill.
Ah, what a relief. I should have known things would be fine at the manor.
Yeah, Tricelle really kept things together.
Oh, I knew Lady Dressel would do fine. I have great faith in her strength of spirit.
Then what were you so concerned about?
I couldn't stop worrying that I had forgotten to shut off my bedroom lamp.
You were that worried about a lamp?
What if I had caused a fire? I couldn't get the thought out of my mind.
I can relate to that. Once the worry sets in, it never leaves. Ever since I left home, I've been wondering if I remembered to close the lid on my bottle of dried gels.
I certainly hope you did. Dried gels swell up and burst if they absorb too much moisture.
Maybe I should send a letter home and ask Dad to check.
We're on our way to pick a fight with a king, and this is what keeps you up at night?
That man in black suddenly started speaking some weird language.
That was Longdao, the language of the clan that used to rule Azul.
Do you speak it?
Not really, but I can understand it to some degree.
But what made him abruptly start speaking like that?
It appeared to be some sort of battlefield transformation. A side effect of his booster, perhaps.
Does that mean I'll start speaking some weird language too?
Then you wouldn't be able to talk to anyone.
Relax, that won't happen. His booster is totally different from Tipo. And if you did start speaking some weird language, I would totally learn it so we could still talk.
Thank you.
Are you good with languages, though?
Well, that's beside the point.
What's going on?
Hey, look!
Isn't that...
The lab!
The Lance of Kresnik is in there. Let's go.
Back in Fenmont at last.
All thanks to you and the others.
Can you believe this is where we first met? That feels like forever ago.
I suppose it does. This probably isn't something I need to say again. But...
I know. There's no time for waxing sentimental.
right.
What are spirits? You could say they're an invisible presence that permeates our entire world. You could say they're the font of spirit arts, feeding off the mana from human mana lobes. You could say they're the guiding hand that turns the wheel of all existence in Riza Maxia. In other words, the symbiotic relationship between human and spirit is at the core of every facet of our lives. But we don't know when this relationship began. How did humans and spirits relate before our modern spirit art culture? What was the world like then? Ah, it's hopeless. Once again, the sun is setting without any answers in sight.
This is Fenmont? The sun never rises. Are you okay? Mr. Eldon?
Doc. Dr. Jude?
Lie still. You're hurt pretty badly.
Listen to me, Doc. She tricked us. One of the researchers was actually an Azul spy. When I tried to arrest her, she blew up the entire testing chamber.
We'll carry the wounded to the hospital. Come with me.
It sounds like Gaius is making his move.
We can't waste any more time.
Now what? Doesn't sound like knocking will get us in.
The Lance of Kresnik is just beyond this door.
There's got to be another way in. Let's look for it. What was that? What?
You okay?
I don't know anything. I'm sorry.
Isn't she...
It's the mayor!
Hang in there!
The mayor of Hamil? They did say that the Rashigal army invaded the village.
All the villagers frozen solid. No! No!
Hey, come back to us. Don't give up.
Oh no! Mayor!
It's Professor House all over again.
The villagers were frozen solid? What could that mean? Is this what Gaius's henchwoman meant when she said the power of a great spirit?
This woman was knocking on death's door. She might have been delusional.
Either way, this is unforgivable.
I wonder if it'll work the same. Are you thinking about the mayor? I understand how you feel. My teacher at school was killed by that same awful machine.
It's not that. It's that I'm not actually sad at all.
Is Elise a heartless monster?
Elise. Do you think she got what she deserved?
Of course not. The mayor suffered horribly. What happened was so awful.
Would a heartless monster get so mad about what happened to the mayor? Would she shed tears over it?
No, I guess not. We have to destroy that stupid lance.
Can this contraption help us?
It might let us look in on the lance. Here's the video feed.
That's remarkable, Jude.
There's nothing there.
Huh?
The Lance of Kresnik is gone. Did that explosion destroy it?
Surely it would leave some wreckage behind.
Perhaps the lance was moved before the explosion occurred. That's the only logical explanation.
But moved to where?
Mila, look. I found a recording of what happened. Is that the spy Mr. Eldon talked about?
That girl. She's the one from our last visit.
You're right. She was the one that attacked us.
Hey, what she got there?
It looks like someone discovered her ruse, so she detonated a bomb.
But isn't she a Najul spy? If I were in her shoes, I wouldn't risk my life like that even if my cover was blown. In the game of espionage, a dead body can still provide valuable intel.
Then how about this? Maybe she planned to blow up the lance all along, and Mr. Eldon finding her was just a coincidence.
If Jude's theory is true, then it's likely that the girl didn't know the lance had left the facility.
That means she's now either on her way to the location where the lance was taken,
or trying to find out where that location is.
In either case, we might find out something if we can catch her.
According to the timestamp on the video, the explosion only happened half an hour ago.
Then she's probably still in the city.
We need to find that girl.
You went to medical school here, didn't you?
Young students burning with passion, living their dreams. I bet you miss those days.
Not really. We studied and trained all day, every day. I never did anything particularly memorable.
Lame. That is so you.
Even those days of toil will one day be treasures to you.
I would have liked to have gone to school myself.
You should have. Maybe you'd have learned how to behave like a normal person.
Did you go to school, Leia?
Sure did. I was the class vice president.
Then going to school doesn't seem to help with behavior at all.
You might be right about that. Hey, wait a minute!
There she is, the girl in red.
I know you. Yes, yes, yes! I finally get to finish you off! And it's not even my birthday.
Sorry to interrupt your little psychotic episode, but we really need to ask you something.
Why would I answer you, Claudes?
Wait, I have seen you before. Is it possible? Are you Lady Nadia of House Travis?
Huh?
I seem to be correct. But what would compel an heiress of one of the 6 ruling houses to spy for Azul?
I don't know anything about that stinking house. I'm Agria the Shadowless of the Chimeriad.
The Chimeriad again?
So you're working for Gaius.
What's it to you?
You tried to destroy the Lance of Kresnik.
Well, duh.
We want to destroy it too. That makes us allies. If you know where the Lance was taken, tell us.
Like I'd tell you anything.
Please, you want to destroy it for the same reason we do, right? 'Cause it's dangerous?
You reek. Oh, I've got an idea. Before I destroy the Lance, I'll use it to blast Rashigul to itty-bitty bits!
What is your problem? We're working our butts off to save the world, and you think it's funny to stand in our way?
You really do stink!
What are you, 5?
You think you can fill the world with rainbows and kittens just by working hard? That sweet reek of yours is giving me brain decay.
What's your beef with hard work?
Zip it, you little pimple, or I'll pop you.
Excuse me?
I still remember the agony you caused me that day.
This girl is making my head hurt.
You seriously stink.
What the hell?
Stand in our way and we'll be forced to cut you down.
Whatever. It's time we got rid of the damn stink around here.
Next over.
You're pathetic.
Okay. Ruination phase!
You have to be kidding me.
What's wrong?
Mila, I don't stink, do I?
No, you're totally fine.
Did I ask you?
I should warn you. I'm still not used to the sensation of sweating during exertion. Couple that with my somewhat clumsy sword grip, and well, you might consider being a little more cooperative. Where is the Lance?
A secret passageway runs under the laboratory. It connects to Orta Palace.
And that is?
That's the palace Noctigal rules from.
I've never heard of this passageway.
Is it still usable?
Only if you're a worm. It's caved in now.
So we can't use it.
Hey, get back here!
Maxwell, one of these days, I'm going to rip that pretty face of yours to pieces! And you, pimple, listen up. Work, work, work as hard as that scrawny body of yours can handle, and you'll still wind up with only 2 things, Jack and Squat.
Why do you say stuff like that? That girl has serious issues.
Orta Palace, the enemy stronghold.
We should be careful.
I know. Let's check things out first.
Why did that Agria girl say such awful things to me? Is that wretched little urchin actually nobility?
Yes, I do believe that she is the scion of the Travis family. The Travis estate was destroyed by arson a few years ago. Most of the Travises died in the blaze.
She lost her whole family? No wonder she turned out that way.
How interesting. You can sympathize with someone you despised mere seconds ago.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of thing Agria would say reeks of naivete.
Perhaps she would. But I find it to be a kind and gentle smell.
I agree. Oh dear. Perhaps we're starting to smell a bit cheesy ourselves.
Thanks, you guys. It's been a while since you've been back to Fenmont. Don't you want to visit any of your friends?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, you didn't make any friends while you were here?
I made plenty of friends. It feels like it's been forever since I went to school here.
Dr. Jude, I didn't know you were back. I couldn't believe it when I heard that the military was after you. Oh gosh, where do I even begin?
Take a deep breath, Prin. It's okay. Although, to be honest, so much has happened that I don't really know where to begin either.
You weren't really a spy, were you? I can't imagine you being one.
Are you kidding? Jude's smart and all, but I wouldn't hire this goofball to spy on his own nose.
Ha! A harsh yet accurate appraisal.
You must be Leia. You're exactly as Dr. Jude described you. You always showed up in his stories, you know.
Really? And here I thought he'd forgotten all about me.
I only mentioned you a few times. Hey, is that a Sylph Jay? Are you treating it?
Yes, I'm doing it as a special favor for an acquaintance of mine.
That's the same bird Alvin uses. I didn't know it was called a Sylph Jay.
They're pretty unique. They can channel wind spirits with their manalobe to help them fly long distances.
Sylph Jays also have the ability to distinguish between the manalobes of different people, and can use that to sense a person's location. Hence their popular use for military communication.
Wow, little guy, you're pretty smart.
Unfortunately, this little one flew too far, too fast, and ended up hurting his manalobe.
Well, that was silly of you. But I like a hard worker.
He'll weaken and die from the injury, and there isn't anything I can do to save him. There is a treatment that uses harmonica grass, but it's impossible to get right now with everything that's happening.
Hey, if that's the case, I'll find some harmonica grass for him.
What?
You know I have a weakness for the smart but bumbling type.
You're still talking about the Sylph Jay, right?
With this harmonica grass, Prin can heal the Sylph Jay.
Yeah, let's hurry back to Fenmont.
What? Our mission is finally over and there still isn't anything you can do?
Please, calm down, Lady Nadia. My friends will be back with harmonica grass for him soon.
Blah, blah, friends this, grass that. Don't you get it? We need to get out of here.
We got the harmonica grass.
The hell?
Agria, what are you doing here?
These your so-called friends?
Yes.
This is classic.
How do you know Prin?
Because she's the liaison for us Azul spies.
Lady Nadia?
Ah, who cares? These chumps don't have the balls to rat you out. Prin's job is to pass all the juicy information I collect back to Azul.
Is that true?
It is.
And this Sylph Jay was your means of communication.
No way.
How does that feel, Pimple? How does it feel to know you tried your very best to help an enemy spy? Pew! Not only do you stink of hypocrisy, you reek of stupidity, too!
What?
Leia!
I'd stay back if I were you. Wouldn't want to get my stench of stupidity on you.
Come on.
Excuse me. I just wanted to thank you for all your help. If you hadn't brought the harmonica grass, Bobo would have died. Now he's going to be fine.
Tell me, do you have some connection to Nadia's family in House Travis?
I do. My mother was her nanny. I've known her since she was a baby.
So Agria really is nobility.
Sadly, Miss Nadia's mother was a commoner, and she was subjected to much abuse because of it.
The Travis family has always been focused on privilege, even by the standards of the 6 ruling houses.
Eventually, Nadia's mother, the only support Nadia had, became estranged from the Travis family leaders. She died shortly after, and Nadia was convinced they had conspired to kill her.
Is that why she became a spy for Azul?
It's no excuse for selling out her country, but...
Who could blame her at that point?
I suppose what Rashagal was doing would be unacceptable in any country.
Prin, is Bobo the name of that Sylph Jay?
Yes, Miss Nadia named him herself. She's been taking care of him since he was an egg. She's always loved him.
I see. Thank goodness he's okay. Even if Agria did laugh at me. I'm glad that Bobo's all right.
Yeah, we all are.
You really are exactly how Dr. Jude described you, Leia.
Indeed, she inspires smiles wherever she goes.